I want to make a video about a conversation I had with a client of mine who is 56 years old, and he was married for a number of years and came out of that marriage and is re-entering the dating game for the first time in many, many years. And it was such a cool conversation, man. He's like, this is the thing. When I go on a date, like, the walls go up. So my job as a coach is to go in there with him and figure out, like, okay, what are the walls? Where are the walls? What kind of walls are they? What do they mean? How do they go up? What happens before? We dissect the whole thing. And it's like this funny dynamic when you're on a date for the first time with a woman. You meet her, and instantly you're either your walls are up or they're down. You're feeling good, like your head is full of thought, or it's not, or your heart is open or it's closed and scared. And she's got all the same stuff going on, or not. And it kind of works a bit like this from what I've seen. Like, you go on a date with a woman and you go in and your walls go up, and then she sees your walls go up and put her walls up, and then you've got double walls all of a sudden. And it's like, I don't know how you're going to get through all of that. Or you go on a date with a woman and she's got her walls up, and your walls might go up as well, or they might not, but you're spending the whole time trying to pick your way through them. Or your walls go up and hers doesn't, and she's kind of sad that she's met another guy that can't just chill out and enjoy being with a woman. And she sits there a little bit dismayed while your walls are up the whole time. And then, like, God help us, from time to time we get one of these incredible situations, probably when we're celebrating or we've had a few drinks already, that my walls as a man are down, her walls as a woman are down, and magic can happen. And that can be so infrequent for people, it might happen once in their life, if they're lucky. And yet we're all dreaming of it. So I'm thinking, like, how is it that, because we can only take responsibility for our own walls, and I know enough about dating and being with women that if I can manage to get my own walls down, I've got a huge possibility of her mirroring that and not having her walls go up, and being able to put her own walls down, to have like a true connection that's fun and open and flirtatious and good. So what I believe is that whatever your wall is, it's not a wall, it's like a metaphorical thing, right? A wall is a reflection of, like, your feelings in the moment, like your emotional state, your excitement, your fears, your anxieties, which are exactly connected to your thinking as well. So if you've got a wall coming up, you can bet your bottom dollar that there is a whole bunch of thoughts going on that support that if you didn't have those thoughts, the wall would go down. So I asked the guy, what thoughts come up for you right at the beginning of a date, like in those first 2 minutes? So I said to him, imagine you're coming into a restaurant and you're finding the right table and the waitress is showing you to the seat and you take her coat and hang it up in the right place and all that. Put yourself back in that moment. Okay, what kind of things come across your mind as you know that you feel those walls come up? And he said, well, there's expectations. How is this going to go? What's this going to mean? Is this going to mean that we're together? The success or failure of this date, what is that going to mean for my own self-value, self-worth? Then there's the whole thing about being, does she like me? So I don't know if this woman likes me or not. I really want this woman to like me, therefore I should be doing stuff to make myself more attractive. Then there's the whole thing about... damn, I start forgetting. I forget the other things. There was one about, is it impolite to ask a personal question that I'm really, really curious about? Because a lot of us guys are brought up to say you shouldn't ask personal questions, or this is a little bit too rude or a bit too forward. And so there's a whole bunch of stuff. And then he said he had a fear about being too old as well. So that's the fourth thing. So if you imagine the wall coming up and it's got 4 parts to it, there is the expectations of the date. Does she like me? Am I going to be impolite if I say what I really want to say? And am I too old? So instantly, with that much activity, with that much stuff going around the guy's head, there's no wonder that there's some kind of physical reaction of they're feeling like there's an energetic wall between him and her, and that she's going to feel it as well, and the date is going to really struggle to go anywhere. So the beauty of knowing what that wall's made out of is that you can dismantle it. And I asked the guy, like, how can you, knowing what you know about being authentic, about honesty being the greatest aphrodisiac, about blurting your truth, whatever it is, getting it out there in the open being the greatest way to get out of your head and make a connection with someone, what can you say in that first minute that can dismantle the entire wall that's just come up all around you? And we came up with something like this, which is to say instantly, to look at the woman and tell her exactly what it is that you like about her and what it is that you've enjoyed about her so far. It could be her walk, her clothes, her flow, her openness. Just say, wow, you know what? My first impression of you is this, 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 and I find myself really liking you already. It doesn't matter if she likes me or not. The very fact that I show her completely that I like her, even though it's just a first impression, shows her that she's in appreciative company, that I'm a celebrator and a lover of women. And if she feels liked, well, that's a really good start already. Like, forget whether she likes me or not. All you can do is show up. And you can say something as well, celebrate her and say, you know what? First dates are always kind of funny encounters for me. It's like all these expectations, what's this going to mean? Where's this going to go? Who's going to make a move on who? I'm going to tell you this. I've got no expectations of this meeting right now. All I want to do is have fun, and I want to get to know something about you. And you know what? And this is the third part of the wall. A lot of the times I think that it's impolite to ask the questions that I really want to know about a woman, to really be curious in the way that I am. I would love to be as open as possible with you, and I would love to be able to ask you those questions that I've really got in mind. And she most probably is going to be so lit up by now by this honest guy that she's going to be like, yeah, of course. And instantly you've taken the pressure off yourself where you can show that you like her. We're trying to get the light back on in here. You can show her that you like her. You have to wave your hands. You show her that you like her already, and you're not afraid to like her. You can show her that you don't really have many expectations and you're happy to be there with her already. And tell her that sometimes you get afraid by asking the personal questions that you really, really want to ask, and that you're going to ask them anyway, because that's what makes an alive conversation. And the thing about being too old, you can say that too. You can joke about it, make light work. If you can make fun of yourself, that's a great thing. And instantly, in a minute, you can dismantle all those walls. And what's shocking to me is that it's like every week I'm seeing women and having incredible conversations with women that go deeper and deeper and deeper than they ever have before, and quicker too. And I never have any second thoughts about saying any of these things anymore. And it's incredible the depths that you can go to in such a short amount of time with another human being who's open to it. And she'll probably be open to it the more you're open to it as well.